TikTok. What's going on? I gotta turn my camera on and my light. Yes, UNA. I was wondering why it was so dark in here. All right, there we go. Had to put some light on it. I love you. I'm hugging everybody. Halo. All right. Yes. UNA. Welcome, everybody. This is January 29th. Halo. Here's my halo. January 29th. We're going to get into this thing today. I'm yours truly, Diva-Divalery, with UNA University and UNARepublic. Today, we're going to go over how to declare your status or how to correct your status. All right, we're going into it today. That's always been a big thing with everybody. How do I want to correct my status, Diva? I want to declare my status. Well, how I do it? Well, we're going to go into it today. So always, when you're in my presence, have your pen and some paper. And let's get started, okay? Going over today, once again, how to correct your status. Hey, look, everybody, hold on. Got to put my spectacles on so I can see my friends in the house. Scotty. What's going on, Scotty? Scotty says I was first. Welcome for being first. All my people in YouTube land, I love you. Make sure you subscribe and like and love and share. And my people at TikTok, please become a friend and a supporter. All right, like and love and share right now. Let's do it right now. Rosemary, Lake Jones, thank you for following the host. All right, so let's go into this thing. How to correct your status or declare your status. Now, let's understand what status is, first of all, what it deals with, okay? What are we talking about when we say status? When we're talking about the status, we are basically dealing with how the government treats you. All right, whether you get a certain number of assets from your estate, how much money you get, what kind of benefits you get from your estate. Please, let's understand something. The government doesn't give you anything. Everything comes from your mother. Everything. Your mother created the funds, and anything that they give you, it comes from that estate that she created, okay? So let's first of all understand that. So what I want to get into real quick, because I don't have a lot of time today, but what I do want to get into is understanding how our status started and where it sits right now. So there's a form that you've seen me go over a few times here on this channel. It's called SF-181 form. SF-181 form. This is the ethnicity and race form. Now, one of those are filled out from the beginning when your estate is created with the U.S. corporation. With that estate, if you're melanated, then likely your mother was considered either black or Negro or colored, and then they've selected the status of black on your SF-181 form. That is a federal document, and the deal with that is when it's filled out, that determines what type of assets you get. That determines what kind of treatment you get, really. Because, of course, when you're black, then that's considered a dead status. And then that means that you don't get as much funding. You know, you're put in a certain box. You're declared a certain thing because the U.S. corporation has to take care of you regardless of what your status is, even if you're stateless. If you're black, you're considered to be stateless. If you're calling yourself African American, then you're an orphan. Same thing as stateless, same status. It's a lowered status. Whereas if you are considered to be white, you get a few more assets or states. And we've already established that the term white has nothing to do with skin color, that the original white people were actually melanated, and the original black people were actually Albion, so-called white. So if you're an Indian, then you get a few more access, a little bit more access to your estate, where you might have some land that has been set aside for you with reserves. You might get some type of stipend each month, considering that you are have claimed to be a person of the land. Now, when we're dealing with that SF 181 form, we are specifically only dealing with dead entities. We're only dealing with a dead entity when we're dealing with that SF 181 form. When you go and look at that form, I'm not going to put it up today because I don't have a lot of time, but when you go and look at that form, what you're going to see is that there is person. Anytime you're talking about a person, anytime these people are talking about a person, they're talking about a dead entity. All right. A person is not a living being in their eyes. They're talking about a dead corporate entity. All right. So now we're understanding that at this time, especially if you're melanated, you're being assumed to be black. And so what we have to do, first of all, is understand who we are. And you can go and correct that. You can change that. Some people change it to white. I wouldn't change it to white. Some people change it to Indian. That's fine. Whatever you want to do. I wouldn't even select any of those. Personally, I don't mess with that because I know what that is for a dead corporation. I know what I have to do to be able to take over my estate in its entirety. What do we have to do? Let's start from here. Now, you can go and change that SF 181 form, but you have to really go beyond that to establish that you're now taking control over your estate. And so let's get into the 5 things that we do in order to correct our status or to declare our status. All right. I want to thank all of the people who are following now. Pamela, Jason, No Name, T-Man, King, Lake Jones. All right. What's going on, Scotty? Emma, Hebrew. Okay, so thank you all for joining. Everybody in YouTube land. I could never see my messages over there, but I want y'all to know I love you in YouTube land. All right, so let's get on this. Now, one of the first things you hear everybody talk about is a birth certificate. I'm going to authenticate my birth certificate. Okay, now, what is the birth certificate? The birth certificate is a financial instrument. It is funding. It is also a title, showing title to your estate, title that you actually have ownership to the all capital letter corporation and the estate. That's what that is. All right. Thank you, Danger, for the rose. I appreciate you. Much love. All right. So that birth certificate, what we do is we authenticate it on the state and the federal level. Now, once we do that, we're showing that, oh, we have true title to the estate. Okay, when you authenticate it, you're making them aware and making it clear that you're taking control over your estate by authenticating the birth certificate. And that's great. Now, that is, as I said, a financial instrument, and yet it is money. Okay, but really, you have to go further than that. When you authenticate it, you have to actually go further and put these people on notice. I'm going to get into that. But that's one of the ways that you start. Okay, but that is not the end all be all. There's also where we go and we get an EIN, a trustee EIN from what is known as the IRS.gov. Okay, so with us, we don't just authenticate. We're going to go to IRS.gov and we're going to get an EIN number as the trustee of the estate. So we're making it clear to them that we're taking over our estate. Now, what you got to recognize is the EIN number that you get is from the U.S. corporation. If you're going to do that, you also want to make sure you go a step further and take control of that EIN number, which we're going to get into in a few minutes. All right. So that's one. We do the IRS.gov and we get that EIN number. So now those are two things we've done to make it clear to these people that we're taking over our estate, that we know who we are. The third thing is a passport. We get your passport done in the proper way. Okay. How do we do that? Well, we're going to make sure that with the passport, there's certain things that we want to put on it, making it clear that we're not a citizen of the U.S. corporation. All right. There's certain things that we put in place to make it clear that we're not a citizen of the U.S. corporation. Yes, so what happens, thank you, No Name. What happens is No Name, I'm sorry, asked the question, get an EIN number in your name. Yes. So what happens is on IRS.gov, you can get an EIN number as the trustee for the all capital letter corporation. All right. And when you do that, you're making it clear to them that you're taking over the estate. You become trustee. As a matter of fact, once you get that EIN number, it'll have trustee next to your name. So you become the trustee of that EIN number. All right. So again, okay, so that's the second. We're going back to the passport. So what you have to do, there's certain things that you have to set up with the passport. One of them includes it's called a document where you're stating that you are a living being. Okay? Affidavit of truth is what it's called. So you create an affidavit of truth, making it clear who you are, that you're taking over your all capital letter corporation. And you have to get those things notarized. All right? Before you get your passport that's declaring who you are as a sovereign. Now, by the way, I need to go back to number 2 because I talked about the EIN. I was saying to you concerning the EIN that you're going to get from the IRS.gov. Thank you, Jim City, for the rose. Thank you so much. So one of the things you have to recognize when you're going to the IRS.gov is that they're going to give you an EIN number that's under their jurisdiction. And you're going to have to know how to take that EIN from under the jurisdiction of the U.S. corporation. Now, and I talk about that EIN. So some of you all have heard of the term 98 EIN. Yes. So when we're getting a 98 EIN, that 98 establishes the fact that we are not under, or our EIN is not under the jurisdiction of the U.S. corporation. All right. But if you go on IRS.gov and you get an EIN from them, then what you're going to need to do is take that from under their jurisdiction. And we're going to talk about that in a few seconds. All right. No one taught me this. Thank you. That's the name of my friend here on TikTok. No one taught me this. No one taught me this. Says thank you. And I thank you for being here and allowing me to share this information with you. Reese Clark says, what if they give me some handcuffs to put on? Well, you wear them bracelets, Reese. Wear them bracelets like you proud, girl. All right, listen up. I want to talk about this because you can't be walking in fear when you're doing this. You cannot walk in fear. I've talked to you all about this in the last session. You have to treat your rights, because you have every right to declare your status. You have every right to claim who you are as a living being. And you cannot walk in fear. If you are walking in fear, then you don't deserve. Let me rephrase that. It's okay if you walk in fear, as long as you walk. But if you don't stand, then you don't deserve your rights. If you don't stand, then you don't deserve your rights. All of us have a little fear when we get started in this game. That's understandable. But you better stand, Reese. You better stand. Otherwise, you don't deserve your rights and you're going to continue to get walked on. All right. Do you get the EIN first and then the other? So what happens, Scott, is when you go on the site, there's a place, and I'm not going through it today. That's why you need to join the class, because we go through all of this, so we make sure you're hooked up, and then you're not walking in fear. Reese, join the university so you're not walking in fear. So what you have to do, Scott, is when you go on the site, it's going to have it where you can actually apply to take control of your status and become trustee. That right there is going to give you the EIN number before you or once you complete the process. All right. So now let me continue. I got to the passport. Told you about the passport. An affidavit of truth is what you're going to need to have. All right. That's one of the things you need to have. But an affidavit of truth, as you're filing for your status, as well as knowing how to fill out that passport document, we go into that in the sessions. We'll probably do a continuing education seminar on that this season about how to get your passport set up properly. Okay. The next thing is, I talked about the SF-181. That's number 4. SF-181, where you can go to your state and then file a proper SF-181 form. See, for me, I'm not saying to check any of those boxes. Create another box, and if you melanated, call yourself original people of the planet. But what you don't want to do is be selecting the box that says black. I personally wouldn't select the box that says white. But it's up to you, whatever you decide you want to select. Now, let's get into the main way that we get into declaring or correcting our status. All right? Correcting our status. What's funny, Tony? Hello, Tony. Thank you for joining. OLMEQ, OMEC, thank you for joining. Says, dang, I missed the passport in due. I am renewing. Oh, your passport is overdue. Okay, yeah, renew that passport. And then we show you, as a matter of fact, before you renew it, we showed you how to make sure it's correct before you renew it, all right? How to make sure that you correct it so that when you turn it in, it's not saying that you're a citizen. All right. I'm going to see if I can get to my people. See if I get to my people on YouTube. YouTube, how y'all doing? Oh, how you doing? Y'all okay? All right. All right. So now the last one, and the one that we do that is so ultra powerful, is the trust. All right. The trust. This trust is a get out of jail free card. Now, if you're doing dirt, good luck to you. Nobody's going to be able to save you from that. However, if you are just standing on your rights and your principles and dealing with these people, then your trust is going to make sure that they can't come and pick you up at their will. Christina and Willie, Angel, thank you for joining. William, thank you. William says, thanks. Thank you, William. So with the trust, there are documents that we put in place. And let's understand what the trust is. The trust is your all capital letter corporation turning over everything that it owns to you, the spiritual being. All right, let's understand what I just said. Whenever you go and buy something, a car, your house, your water bill, light bill, gas bill, your credit cards, your bank statements, anything, phone bill, those are all in your all capital letter name. Okay, look at them. Look at your driver's license. That's in all capital letters. That's not you. That's your corporation. So let's understand that your corporation is the one that owns everything right now. What you have to do is get your corporation to sign everything that is in its name over to you, the spiritual entity. And we do that with our trust. All right. Because your all capital letter corporation is a person in the matrix. So remember when we talked about on the SF-181 form, it says a person that blah, 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 a person of blah, blah, blah. A person is that dead entity. That all capital letter name is a person, but it's not you. You are the spiritual entity. However, everything that has been bought is in the name of your all capital letter corporation. And now you're going to get your all cap corporation to turn over everything that it has purchased in the matrix to you, the spiritual entity. All right. Taykon, thank you for joining. All right. Let me see if y'all have any questions. Carrie, thank you for joining. Kristen. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm trying to see my people in YouTube land. Does anybody have any questions? If you have any questions, please
that it has
let me know. Put it in the box down here so we can get to you on TikTok. I love y'all. All right, let's see. Takan says we're the boat of Ra. Okay, thank you, Takan. Who else has any comments or questions? Is this an organization? UNA is a nation. Thank you for the question, Takan. UNA is a nation. And what we do is we are a nation that recognizes the nations that are part of UNA. So when you come on as a member, we help you to become a nation. And we're recognizing you as another sovereign nation. All right. So we have the UNARepublic side, which is the county. Okay. Once our people become their own sovereigns or sovereign nations, we offer them the opportunity to put their documentation on our public record. So once they do that, they can be recognized. We also help them to put it on record with the county where they are and their state and whomever else they need to put it on record with. So that's the UNARepublic side. UNA University side is where we educate you and we make sure you have full knowledge of how to stand with these documents. All right. So I've had so many people who have had a full set of documents, fully sovereign, but don't know how to stand. That is no good. If you're standing in fear, if you're afraid of these people, then you are not truly sovereign. You have to know who you are, be willing to stand, and be ready, yes, to die for your rights. And here's the deal. When you get to that mindset, it's funny and amazing how those who are playing this game, they back off. They back off. Why? They back off because they know you're not playing about your rights and you will stand on them. But if you're not ready to stand on them, they're going to walk over you continuously. So, yeah, this is all about being educated and knowledgeable, because it's not just about the paperwork. If you can't speak it and you can't stand in it, then you're going to continue to get walked on. I don't care what kind of documents you have on record. All right. So that is who UNA is. UNARepublic side, UNA University. And I'm yours truly, Diva Laree. How do you contact me? Hit us in the box. All right. There is an inbox where you can message us right here on TikTok. Those of you all at YouTube, you can go to unauniversity.com. Check the links in the bio. Check the links in the bio. You can get all of the information on how to contact us. There's our email there. There's our YouTube there, our Twitter. Excuse me. We're not on Twitter yet. But those are the ways that you contact us. All right. Yes. Send us an inbox with your phone number so that we can contact you and have a consultation if you're wanting to join the university. So what have we gone over today, class? First of all, I want y'all to know I love you. I love you, YouTube. I love you, TikTok. And I want y'all to recognize the importance of correcting your status or declaring your status. Now, once again, your status, it really deals with a dead entity. But since so many people ask me this question all the time, I felt that I needed to go ahead and put up a session helping you to understand basically what status is. All right. Now, the overall deal is to make sure that the system recognizes that you have claimed your estate. That's what we're doing here. We're making sure that we put the system on notice. And I talked about 5 different processes that we deal with. All right. Number 1, the birth certificate, authentication. Number 2 is declaring your EIN on irs.gov, where you're getting that EIN as the trustee over your estate, and that puts them on notice that you are correcting your status. Number 3, the passport, and knowing what documents to put on the passport, what documents to turn in with the passport. Number 4, the SF-181 form. You can go to your state or county and you can get those things set up and established for yourself. The SF-181 form, you can get that document put on record for yourself. All right. Number 5, and this is the ultimate. If you just do this one, you're going to be doing yourself the biggest favor, and that is creating that trust. All right. That trust is powerful and very, very serious. But you have to know how to stand on it, though. Even if you have all 5 of these things in place, if you don't know how to stand, then it's still going to be no good for you. All right. Red Badge says, can a certified copy of the birth certificate be authenticated? Absolutely. On the state and the federal level, Red Badge. Darnell says SF-181. Yes, what about it? Create a trust. Okay. Darnell says, right, got to stand on it. Yes, that's right. You got to stand on it. So as I get ready to get out of here, because I got class at the UNA University, I want y'all to remember, if you're interested in becoming a member of the UNA University, go and send a message right here in the inbox, INBOX, to UNARepublic. Leave your name and your phone number, and let's have a consultation so that we can get you enrolled, okay? YouTube, go to UNAUniversity.com and let's get you enrolled, okay? If I don't have any other questions, because I'm about to get up out of here, I'm about to go. You're about to leave your questions right now. Oh, my ladies are singing. UNA University is the website. Jewelbilly. Hold on for one moment. I'm laughing at this name. Jewelbilly. There's a website. It's called UNAUniversity.com. What's the biggest objective for the trust is the biggest objective. That's the trust is so powerful. You're going to learn how to create those over and over again. Darnell says, I was making a notation of what I need to do. Thank you, Darnell. 448 says, how much does it cost? Go to UNA University 448, leave a message with your number, and we're going to have a consultation for you. Juabli says, I'm sorry I had to step out. I'm glad you're back, Juabli. Darnell says, okay, got to stand on it. Okay. What is the non-3? I don't know what's the, are you saying number 3? Number 3, passport. Johnny, thank you for joining, by the way. And make sure you all like and share. By the way, before I get up out of here, my birthday is February 1st. Everybody in here is going to give me a birthday gift right now by liking and sharing and becoming a friend. Right now. Do it right now. Thank you, Zoe Life. Zoe. I love you. Thank you for the birthday gift. So everybody give me a gift. February 1st is my birthday. I want y'all to give me a gift right now. And all you got to do is like and share. Smooch, thank you for the rose. My son's birthday is February 1st. Willie, that's right. Your son is awesome. In the age of Aquarius, we're doing this thing. Tony says, I don't know what you're talking about, Tony. Elaborate on what you just said so I can give you a message. All right, so now, elaborate on what you said, Tony, because I love to get in on what you're saying. Nightcrawler, thank you for the gift. I love you. Dangerous says, thank you for the gift, Dangerous. The rose. No one taught me this. What about the 501c? What about the 501c? That's under the corporation. No one taught me this. If you're getting a 501c3, you better put that under trust so that it's under your jurisdiction. Willie says information age. That's right. Aquarius is the age of information. Thank you for the birthday wishes. No one taught me this. And Dangerous Knowledge sent me a rose. Thank you, Samuel. Says happy birthday. Thank you. So go ahead, and in YouTube, thank you all for the love too. Go ahead and send a like and share, and make sure that you subscribe and join us. Okay. Omek. Hey, Omek. How much does the passport cost? The passport normally costs about $150. It's a little bit less than $150, so I think it's $120 with the book and then shipping or whatever. So it's somewhere around there, about $150. So you got, just put out a good $150 for that, and that should be able to get your passport done. UCC is your friend. Yes, it is, Willie. Yes, the UCC is your friend. Thank you for knowing and doing your homework. Sunset Beach. Let's see. Jewably, thank you for the rose or the fire. What is that you gave me? A fire. Thank you for that. And a rose. I got a rose and a fire for Jewably. Thank you so much. So if you're interested in joining the university, I want you to go ahead and send a message, all right, in the inbox. And make sure if you're on YouTube or the other networks, go ahead and just go to UNARepublic.com. UNARepublic.com, all right? And you'll be able to send a message there, and you'll be able to join in on one of our sessions. But if you want to enroll, you're going to have to send a message so that we can do a consultation for you and make sure you're right for the university and we're right for you. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. I want y'all to know I love you. I got to get ready for my class today. We're in Back to Basics. Back to Basics. You want to be a part of the university because you want to have full knowledge on how to stand. You can have all of this stuff authenticated and documented all you want and on record, but if you don't know how to stand on it, it's not going to do you any good. So please, please, please join the university so you can get the right knowledge. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for letting me share this information with you. We're going to see you on tomorrow. 6 p.m. I love you. Rhino Water, you better be in class. You better be in class. I'm out, Diva. Bye. Peace.